Hey, all you little Corona Corona Joes out there. Yeah, it's me. I was just sitting here eating lunch. Um, I've been paying attention to this Next News Network. If you guys, I think a few of you guys have commented about it, but go check it out on. Yeah, I know. I got to get rid of my scruff. As soon as the snow's over, we got a couple more snows this week. They're saying. And then after that, I will shave and cut my hair cut my hair and everything, so I look presentable again. But I really don't. This is in rebellion to winter. Ugh. Okay. Anyway, um, this Next News Network is pretty interesting. He's got a video on there citing a study that was just done. I don't know, a little while ago, 3 or 4 days ago, or a week ago. Not sure what the date was, but it's a Dr. John Ioannis um, from Stanford University. So this isn't just some nutball. It's a pretty smart cookie, I guess. But what they done, they did a test in Santa Clara County, California. They tested, I think it was 3,300. I took a few little notes here. I think it was 3,300 people, and they tested this group of people. And out of the 3,300 people, 2.5% to 4.5% had antibodies. Now, these people were not, they weren't part of anybody's numbers. They weren't hospitalized. They weren't known to have the virus. They weren't blah blah. As far as anybody knows, they just didn't have it. Um, these people were asymptomatic, I think he said. But anyway, out of 3,300 people, 2.5 to 4.5 or 4.2% had the antibodies. In other words, they had the virus in one form or another. Apparently, they didn't know it because they didn't develop symptoms. They were what's called asymptomatic. But it's interesting because it changes the numbers of these models like wackadoodle. I think it changes the numbers. I think they cited 27 to 85% off. In other words, 25 to 85% more people have had this thing than the CDC's numbers and the World Health Organization numbers and all the numbers that are being used to shut us all down, strangle us to death. Um, Apparently, these are being based on felonious numbers. Garbage in, garbage out models. And this is why these models have been so far off. Obviously, they've been very far off. So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, we don't have to worry about anything. But I think some of this stuff has been blown out of proportion. Purposely, I don't know. I mean, makes you wonder. Also, looking into Fauci's background, he was instrumental in getting a grant for that Wuhan lab over there, which now they do say that's where it came from. It didn't come from the wet markets. It came accidentally, maybe, but it come out of them labs. And so thanks, China. Thanks, not the poor Chinese people, they're not the issue, but thanks to the Chinese government for covering it up and. Who knows what they did with the whistleblowers? But gee, thanks, China. Maybe it's time to get a little bit of, a little bit of payback here. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? The debt that we owe China. You know what? Send them a bill. It's ridiculous. But anyway, go check this. Go check this. This John Ioannis. It's spelt like IOANNIAIS or something, but he pronounced it Ioannis. Dr. John Ioannis from Stanford. This study, go look it up, check it out, because it's good to be informed. I just wonder. I don't know. Whatever. I don't trust bureaucrats. I think Trumpy's chomping at the bit to get this open, and God bless him for it. But I just, he needs to make sure he's getting accurate numbers. Like I said, garbage in, garbage out. So And obviously their numbers have been pretty bad. I mean, they're not, you know, they're not, they have not been accurate, but which is good. I mean, you know, that's good. I'm glad that we don't have, you know, 1 million dead people. That's, you know, whatever it is, 42,000. That's enough. I mean, God Almighty, this is terrible. But you know, like the argument's going, it's going to be worse if people don't get back to work soon. We don't get this economy up and running. It's going to be worse. I mean, we can't just hide under the bed forever. So, whatever, you know, we gotta buck up and do what we gotta do. You know, be smart, be whatever. But we need to get rolling. Come on. So, all right, whatever. I just thought that was interesting. Maybe you guys can watch some of that stuff at Next News Network. Subscribe to it. It's good. It's good. I mean, it's Gary Franchi is the guy who, I think it's his channel, and it's very professional. You know, it's like a little news station. Does a very good job. Very nice man. Yeah, check out, subscribe. He's growing big time, because I've been watching him for a few months. I think like since maybe last fall or something, and I found it. And I'm thinking he had like 500,000-600,000 subs, and he got almost 1.5 million. So good for him. But he does a good job. It's very interesting, you know, and it's worth a look. And listen to that Stanford study. It's interesting. I'd like to see what you guys think about that. Go watch it, and we'll have a discussion. Maybe we'll do a live feed soon and talk about some of this stuff. It's fun to talk about it, you know, or you know, debate it and look at some ideas. And I mean, I don't want to get too cynical, but like I said before, I don't trust the deep state at all, you know. And I don't know, are they capable of prolonging this or sensationalizing it to make Trump look like a chump? Yeah, I think they are, you know. Plus, you know, China knew what was going on. China stopped travel from the Wuhan province to other provinces in China. You know, they locked it down, but oddly enough, they didn't stop international travel. So isn't that kind of freaky? Doesn't that kind of whiff of intentional, perhaps? You know, not that they put it out as a weapon intentionally, but you know, that it could have been being worked on, and it was worked on in that lab, and it got out accidentally and conveniently. Well, you know what? Let the rest of the world share in our misery. You know, let the rest of the world, especially America, let them take a hit. You know, after all, look what they did to us with these tariffs. I don't know. What do you guys think? Interesting, though, isn't it? All right, I'll let you go. I got to get back to work. It's snowing again. See? Snow squalls. Isn't that beautiful? It snowed more, I'm telling you guys. I swear to goodness, it's snowed more, at least more consecutive days now in the last week and a half than it snowed all winter. Not as far as like accumulation, although it did add up the other day. It melted quick. But come on, enough's enough. Ugh. I gotta shave and clean up. Come on, I gotta take a bath. I mean, you know, at least once a year, whether I need it or not.